All right, what's up, everybody? We're going to talk about Brett Wilkin. He made a video basically talking about that he has to drop out from the Olympia. Of course, this is devastating. This is going to be his first Olympia, and basically that's every bodybuilder's dream, is to make it to the Olympia. I do not know Brett personally. What I know is he seems to be a really nice guy, like an actually good guy in the sport or just in life in general. So this is nothing personal about him or anything like that. But basically he's saying in this video, some people ask me when I make videos, why are you out of breath sometimes? I run up, this is a third floor, so I have like a lot of stairs, and I run up and I do a video quick, then I go back down because this is like my office. So no, my heart's okay. So basically he was saying he was throwing up, had GI issues, diarrhea nonstop, going on for 15 days. He couldn't eat, of course his coach is Matt, which was Dallas McCarver's coach, which is Nick Walker's coach, Sean Clarita, and several others. And, as you know, Brett Wilkin's voice has changed. He sounds like Dallas McCarver now. What's causing this stuff? I mean, I know the whatever amounts of stuff they're taking, and I think it can be reversed. Brett, when he did his video, he's already looking healthier. That he's dropped. I think he's dropped around 20 pounds just from throwing up so much. He looks healthier just from that weight loss. And I understand because people will ask me sometimes. They're like, "Why do you still stay 270, 280?" and you're retired? And I'm like, here's the difference between me. I do not live like a bodybuilder. So I'm not eating 8 meals a day. I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm not taking bodybuilding cycles at all. I use an HRT clinic. And no, that doesn't mean I only take HRT. I do that for about half the year. The other half the year, I go up on my testosterone about to 500 milligrams, about 400 to 500 milligrams, and I'll do some like Anavar, 50 mgs. I'll do like 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off, 6 weeks on. And that's in the summer and springtime, and that's it. And then I'll do my Seromax for my growth hormone release, because there's no point in me taking growth hormone anymore, because my Seromax does the same thing to a smaller extent, but it works really good. And it helps with my, joints a lot. So when you're going into Olympia, it's really really easy to ignore a lot of these warning signs God's giving you. They're like, he's like, hey, knock, 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 something's not right here. I mean, even other people had signs. Look at all the people we've lost. We know Cedric McMillan had signs of heart issues, heart attack. Sean Roden, the same thing. They had signs and they kept going. I understand, because when I was in the mix and doing it, sometimes you have that mentality, I will do anything to get better and get to that stage. And it comes to a point where it's not mentally healthy at a certain point. And like, what am I going for? I'm literally spending $10,000 to $50,000 on that level on a cycle for one of these. Well, I got a bunch of them back there. I mean, they're trophies. And that's it. Maybe a little cash money, a little prize money to come with it. If you're in the top 3, you're going to make some money, that would be able to consider a living. Other than that, there's no money. So it's sad, because basically he was talking about how he's throwing up, how he's diarrhea. And I had a friend growing up named Chris Jalali. He went to the USA's. I was 21. He was 25. I saw his cycle right before he left. His coach was John O'Regan at the time. This is a guy that kind of helped a lot of people out for free, but he was known to be very extreme. And I said, "You are taking all of this?" And he's like, "Yeah," because I was bigger than him at that time, and I was 21 and he was 25. He was a great fitness model. Like, he did a lot of covers in the magazines. But bodybuilding wise, he should have stepped fitness modeling. He just wanted to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So he went as a light heavyweight. So he was about 200 pounds when he got there. After prejudging, starts throwing up, starts getting really sick. Luckily, his fiance at the time was a nurse. They took him to the hospital. Everything was pretty much failing, liver, kidneys. I'm gonna make it short. So he's in ICU for a month. They don't know what's going to happen, if he's going to lose kidney, whatever. He comes back after a month in Vegas. We live in Dallas. I go over to see him. He opens the door. He has a walking cane because he can barely walk. He's 130 pounds. All his hair fell out. His beard, his hair, his eyebrows, all his whites in his eye is completely bloodshot red. His fingernails all fell out. His skin's all scaling off like a reptile. And more stuff. And his leg is literally this big, the size of my wrist. And I started crying seeing him like this. And that scared me so much, I temporarily quit bodybuilding for a year. That year I stopped taking stuff. I stopped bodybuilding. I was like, I don't want to do this. It's not worth it. But then I understood you can do it a safer way. Bodybuilding is still going to take a little bit of years off your life. So is smoking. So is, whatever in life. But my thing is anything in moderation is okay. Of course, not heroin or dope or ice or stuff like that, but gear. And so he ignored those signs, and eventually he had liver failure. He had to get a liver transplant, and then on and on and on. But another one of he wasn't Matt's clients, but one of Matt's clients came to me, and he wasn't even trying to compete. He just wanted to get bigger. And I said, "Let me see your cycle." I saw it. I freaked out. I'm like, "You're taking all of this and you're just trying to get bigger?" He's like, "Yeah." So the guy had money. He basically paid Matt a lot of money. And a lot of people will be like, well, Matt doesn't give out crazy cycles because if you're not on that stage, you're not a big name or doesn't have big money, he's going to give you something that's very low dose because he already know he has that name out there that he's unalive people and made people sick. And so he doesn't want to keep, spreading that name. Anyways, he ended up with, so he came to me. Sorry, I'm rambling a lot. I'm trying to remember the time sequence. He came to me, and I was like, take off everything, get on TRT. We're going to do a full blood workup, heart checkup, everything, because you've been on this so long. I want to make sure you're okay. Hopefully you're okay. He calls me 4 days later. He's like, I'm throwing up. I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, go to the ER. He goes to the ER. I don't hear from him that day. The next day he calls me, and he's like, I'm in kidney failure. He's in the hospital for like a month and a half. They had him on dialysis. They brought his creatinine levels back down. They released him. They said, you're going to be good. He wasn't. 3 weeks he was back. And they said, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to, put you on the transplant list, and you're going to have to, keep doing dialysis until you get on there. So luckily he's from Iraq. He went to Iraq and paid $20,000 for a kidney transplant. Got that. That was about a year ago, and he's doing good. Anyways, guys, a lot of these coaches, they do not care about your health. That's why a lot of people, I've been coaching for 20 years. The past 10 years, people are like, why aren't you coaching top names? Why aren't you putting people on Olympia stage or this? Because the drug usage is out of control. Used to, people would listen. I talked to 4 people in the past 2 years on the Olympia level about me working together with them. The amount of gear they were taking, I would not be able to work with them because I would not be able to tell them it's okay to take anywhere near that. I still got several pros I work with, and they have more like a 90s build, and they have a good build. But guys, you're going after plastic trophies. Take a step, look back. I know Brett has a child on the way. He's going to be a dad. That completely changes your life. When I had my daughter, when I was having my daughter I quit bodybuilding then, plus from a lot of other reasons too. But that was the best decision of my life. I had a good run, and sometimes when you get to a certain level and it gets so unhealthy, like that top Olympia level, it's time to call it quits, guys. It's not worth your health. Brett, prayers to him and his family. Hope he's doing okay. Hope there's no permanent damage. Hope he finds out what's going on. But guys, this isn't worth your life. I'm tired of losing people in the industry I love. Take care, guys.